Are you looking to start your own cleaning company? Or maybe you started your cleaning company, but you just need a support group, some mentorship, some guidance. Hell, a bidding calculator just to help you know if you're pricing the job correctly. Join us at cleanbiznetwork.app. That's www.cleanbiznetwork.app today and get on the right track with your cleaning company. We have everything you could possibly need to get you going in the right direction. And see why we've been the leading cleaning business consulting company for the past 5 years, and why they call me AJ Simmons the cleaning business GOAT. So I can help you just like I've helped and my company has helped thousands of other people start and grow their cleaning companies. Go to the number one source today, www.cleanbiznetwork.app. Thank you. Are you looking to start your own cleaning company? Or maybe you started your cleaning company, but you just need a support group, some mentorship, some guidance. Hell, a bidding calculator just to help you know if you're pricing the job correctly. Join us at cleanbiznetwork.app. That's www.cleanbiznetwork.app today and get on the right track with your cleaning company. We have everything you could possibly need to get you going in the right direction. And see why we've been the leading cleaning business consulting company for the past 5 years, and why they call me AJ Simmons the cleaning business GOAT. So I can help you just like I've helped and my company has helped thousands of other people start and grow their cleaning companies. Go to the number one source today, www.cleanbiznetwork.app. Thank you. Are you looking to start your own cleaning company? Or maybe you started your cleaning company, but you just need a support group, some mentorship, some guidance. Hell, a bidding calculator just to help you know if you're pricing the job correctly. Join us at cleanbiznetwork.app. That's www.cleanbiznetwork.app today and get on the right track with your cleaning company. We have everything you could possibly need to get you going in the right direction. And see why we've been the leading cleaning business consulting company for the past 5 years, and why they call me AJ Simmons the cleaning business GOAT. So I can help you just like I've helped and my company has helped thousands of other people start and grow their cleaning companies. Go to the number one source today, www.cleanbiznetwork.app. Thank you.
Headed to the top, there ain't none of y'all stopping me. Used to say I never get a ring, Charles Barkley. Now I got a wife, got kids, on property. Bubble-eyed beans that look like that be watching me. Okay, I lied about the beans, but that was hard though. I'm still in that black act, but she starred though. Cause that's all it takes. Don't flash it for. I'm on my grind, not no more fashion show.
Yo, what's good, people? Welcome. Happy, what is this, Tuesday? I don't even be knowing the days of the week. Welcome in. Let me pull this microphone up a little bit. Appreciate y'all checking in today. Who checking in? I'm going to check the comments. Let me see who's checking in with me today. We got, let's see, Brett Greeno says, what's up? What's good with you? Appreciate you checking in. Who else we got? We got Goddess Kissimmee in here. Kissimmee. I said Kissimmee. What is Kissimmee? Oh, that's where I used to live, down there by Orlando. What else we got? We got a question here. I'm going to get to that one in a minute. Who else we got here? Nikisha Small said, good day. Appreciate you checking in. Shout out to 757. My guy Kai, salute to you. And who else we got? Rashawn Bowser. That intro is legendary. Definitely. Definitely, bro. I appreciate that. I think I've been trying to figure out what song I want to come out to at the conference, CBN conference. I haven't used it yet. We did the conference twice already. I ain't used my intro song yet. I'm thinking about doing it finally, especially considering that I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to do a conference after this one. So I'm like, got to do it at least one time. What else we got? Shout out Freestyle 72, checking in, long time subscriber, CBN member as well. Said, what up, bro? And Petition Farmer says, hey, AJ, appreciate you checking in. All right, we got a couple more. All right, don't you hire also? I do. All right, I'm going to go to it in a second. I'm going to get you. Let me start that one, because I think that's a more elaborate. If you can drop more details on what you were trying to ask there, I'll get to it better. But I can only answer it as good as you asked it. All right. My guy Tyrone Larry checking in. Appreciate you checking in. Say, what up, big dog? Appreciate you. All right. 615 check in. L. Matthews Bay. Shout out to 615. What up to Rodney Manjures or Manjires? I don't know how to say it, but I do know this. This is my guy right here. We did the interviews. Check out his interview. This guy literally runs a cleaning company, and he really do it with one arm, literally. So everybody walking around here acting like it ain't possible for you. he proven that it can be done. All right. Shout out to my guy Giorgio, CBN member as well. All right, and then I see you. All right, I'm about to get to you next. I'm gonna start that one too. Thank you for the extra details on that. All right, y'all. Let's go to the top and start with the first question I see here, which is from Brett. He says, "Where to go to get bids and RFPs?" So I believe what he's trying to ask me, an RFP, for anybody new here, stands for a request for proposal, or they might say RFB, request for bid. Basically, you don't really get those, right? Like unless you're looking for government contracts or you look for post-construction, typically nobody else does that. You typically would just go reach out to these companies that you want to clean in the private sector, reach out to them and try to get a walkthrough schedule with the person in charge of hiring a cleaning company. And then you do a walkthrough with them, and then you go home, put a proposal together yourself, put your price together, and then submit it to them. So that's pretty much how it works. So as far as how to get commercial cleaning contracts, you literally just got to get out here and go get them. Or they might call you if you got good SEO and you Google My Business and all of that set up. But typically you go get them. It's not just going to be opportunities laying around here for you. Now, as far as government contracts go, they do have those. And so you want to go to sam.gov if you want federal. You want to go to whatever your state website is if you want the state level, and then whatever your city website is. For the city government contracts, and you can go to their site. And you usually going to look for the word that says procurement. All right. Now, for post-construction RFPs, you can go to a site called, get ready, I'm dropping a gem, get ready, buildingconnected.com. All right. And then you can actually sign up there. And then once you sign up, get all your information together, after a while, they'll start sending you RFPs. All right. That's for post-construction, though. Most importantly, too, speaking of government contracts, I brought that up. Sorry, my AC is extremely loud and I can't control it. For those who watch me, you already know that. But it should go off in a few. And I need to turn my heat off too. Give me a second, because that thing loud too. I got a little portable heater on top of the one that they provide, because it don't be warm enough for me. But anyway, make sure you go to that link at the bottom of the screen that's going across. Go to www.cbnconference.com. Get your tickets. This is the absolute positive, for real. This time is the absolute last week to get them. On Friday. This Friday is the last day we're selling tickets, y'all, because we got to get the final kind of into the hotel, because we 11 days away. You know what I mean? So that math is probably completely off. Let me do, somebody tell me what's 28 minus 13, 15 days away. See, I'm good at math as long as I got a calculator with me. All right. But anyway, but make sure you go get your CBN conference ticket, because guess who's going to be there? My guy, Eric Coffey. He is a legend. He's the GOAT of government contracts, y'all. So make sure you get there so you can meet him there and learn about that. All right. The next question was this one right here. Nikisha Small said, "Don't you hire also?" And then the context to that was, "Please hire me. I'm down for a job. Take care of my kids." So I'm always hiring specifically for cold callers. And guess what else? We also only pay commission only. So if you ain't ready to hustle and really go get it, then unfortunately I ain't got a position for you right this second. But if you're open to working for commission only, we definitely hire you, and I can give you what the details are as far as what the commission is. Just email me, aj@cleanbiznetwork.com, or we can talk about it further. I'll put it in the comment in the chat, aj@cleanbiznetwork.com. And if you start and you do well within that first week or two, and you like commission is good and all, but can I get a set salary? I'll switch you to set salary, but first you need to prove to me that we working with something here. All right, but I ain't gonna lie though, if you a go-getter, the commission gonna be better for you. You can make basically unlimited money. All right, hey, and I'll tell you about the rest of it later. Hey AJ, I started my cleaning company in June. It's my fiance and I. We're doing pretty well. We are both residential and commercial. My question is, how did you start hiring your employees? I really hopped on Craigslist. I put an ad on Craigslist, and then you just pretty much follow the steps of what to do when you hire. So obviously you're gonna interview them, right? I always did a phone interview first, and I always make sure I spelled out in my hiring ad, like, the details of the position, like this is me doing it, knowing already what building I'm putting them in. If you ain't got nothing for them yet and you just taking it, then you won't have to do this part that I'm about to say. But I already knew what building I'm putting them in, so I put the hours, the days of the week, as many details as I could without actually naming the building. You know what I mean? That they were going to actually go to, and their address and all of that. But I let them know up front what it was. I also let them know that I was only paying once a month, because the way I did it, I was literally bootstrapping. So I only could pay the when I got paid. So the customers paid, when the customers paid me on that net 30, I paid my people on net 30. Right. So I ain't had no big budget, ain't had no lump sum of money saved up or none of that. So I just did it how I could do it. But I let them know all of that up front in the hiring ad. Then I called them. Then we scheduled a phone interview. I explained. My phone interview was more so about rehashing, okay, what's expected. Are they prepared to clean dirty ass toilets? Like, and for the record, the buildings that I always had, I always make sure my buildings were pretty much like easy buildings to clean anyway. But I will paint a vivid picture of a nasty building just to make sure that I'm disqualifying the lazy people, right? So I would try to make it sound worse than what it was. And then if they made it to the actual part where they get to the building, meet me for an in-person interview, which I do that the interview in person. I did it at the interview that at the building that I was hiring for. All right. So that in case for those who be wondering too, like, well, where you interview them at? Because obviously you don't want to come to your house, right? Even though you got a home office. So, but you can interview them at the building that they're gonna clean. That's the best place to do it. Second option could be like a Starbucks or either like the library or something. All right. But anyway, so phone interview, in-person interview. And that was pretty much it. Then you just hire. But you just got to, it starts with putting an ad out there. Like I said, I use Craigslist. I know a lot of people frown on that now, so it's up to you if you want to do that. But you can also try Indeed, Indeed.com, Monster.com, Facebook, LinkedIn, wherever they put hiring ads out, put yours up there. All right, Tracy says, and then I'll be wondering, that's my mama, but you said something about building a website, so it can't be my mama, but she spelled her name exactly the same. And I know she watched my videos, so shout out to my mama. But anyway, she says, as a member, do you guys help with the website building? So help, yes. Do it for you, no. So inside, when you join, the very first thing you should do, and I spoke to somebody earlier, and they had just joined. They didn't even realize all the stuff that they had that came with it. And this is a lot, and I do a bad job at selling it. But anyway, when you first log in, it's a big whole platform, right? A lot of things. So, but if you look on that left-hand side on that menu, you want to go to Clean Biz University tab. Once you're in Clean Biz University, go to the Clean Biz Starter course. Inside the starter course in module 2, I believe it is, that whole module is about building your website and setting up your Google My Business profile. So it's video step by step by step. I walk you through exactly how to build your website. And then the good thing about it too is you build your website through our platform. So you ain't got to go pay, Wix or WordPress or nobody else to do it. It's already included in your membership. We host it right on our platform. You can make as many websites as you want to. Any funnels, all of that type. Actually, funnels are only for the automation members, but you can make unlimited websites, and it's just like any other website builder you've seen. That's what we got on ours. All right. So to answer your question, yes, we do help you. Is a video tutorial. All right. So all you got to do is just literally follow what I got. What I would do is I would open up 2 tabs. Open up the one where you're looking at the video so you can pause it and play it, and then open up the second tab where you actually building your site on our platform. All right, what else we got? How do you, as a matter of fact, never mind. Angelo's Cleaning Solution says, how do I get up with corporate places like T-Mobile, Target, places like that? So the way most people do it is they link up with bigger companies and subcontract for them, if I'm just being honest with you. A lot of times, in order to get those type of contracts, those are what we call national accounts. At least that's what they called it when I was with the franchises. We call those national accounts because they typically not going to come one at a time. Banks are like that too. A lot of times banks are like that. Every now and then you might get a single branch, but typically they're going to come in bulk. So they're going to want you to take on, 10 at a time, sometimes 150 at a time. You just never know how they're going to come. So my advice, honestly, is first make sure you get your clientele up. Like get you some book of business first to prove that you can clean X amount of square footage. And then once you get to that part, then you just reach out to corporate and just start asking around and getting questions, hop on their LinkedIn, stalk these people until you can figure out, okay, this is how you get to it, and this is what I'm gonna do. But hopefully that helped. All right, George Villarreal says, I just need help starting. I'm overwhelmed with figuring out how to juggle everything by myself. I've already got the LLC, the CBN entry level help me. Absolutely, that's exactly who it's for. Like that's all I've ever specialized in is helping the people just getting started. Yeah, like yes, the answer is yes. I was about to overtalk it like I typically can, but yes, the answer is yes. And then also, what was I thinking about? Something I was thinking about this. I think everybody watching this right now should know that this is the last week to get your tickets for the Clean Biz Network conference, because I'll keep talking and forget to say that, which is one of the main reasons that we're here today, right? But so make sure you go to www.cbnconference.com, meet me live, meet all of the speakers live, meet all of everybody. You know what I mean? We got a lot of hundreds of members actually, we got thousands of members in CBN all over the world. But come meet our people in person. You know what I mean? Link up with us, exchange numbers with people, exchange emails, build networks, build relationships. You probably gonna run into somebody that get these type of contracts that my guy Angelo's cleaning right here was just talking about. They might got them already. They link up with you. You might can take on a deal that they don't want to take on, or they might can sell you a contract, or they might can sub it to you. You don't know what's going on. So get in the right room, y'all. All right. Better Never says, oh, wow, I made it to a live. Well, welcome. I'm glad you made it here. Take advantage. Ask everything you want to ask while you got me. All right. Let's see what else we got. Diamond Ariel says, would you rather an online bank for business or brick and mortar bank? I don't trust online only banks. Me personally, only thing I use online only bank for is a savings account, because it make it harder for me to get to it and not save. Right. But outside of that, I can't do though. I even what I used to have USAA, and they basically like an online bank. They ain't got many locations. I never use them for business. So I need to be able to get to my stuff quick in case of emergency. So me personally, they got to be both. They got to be good online. They also got to be brick and mortar too. So that's why another reason, like with a lot of local banks, they online stuff ain't really all that, or even if the 800 number ain't even all of that. And so sometimes I can't use no small local bank either. So I need a bank that's going to be able to do both, because I travel, right? So, but yeah, me personally, I'm not messing with the online only. All right, what else we got going on? Shout out to John Cornice checking in. Better Than Ever says, my husband and I have a junk removal business, and as an upsell, a deep cleaning. Okay, how can we offer this, and how do we come up with the price for the cleaning? Let me see. You say junk removal business. So as far as offering it, I mean, obviously, there's multiple ways that you can offer it. One is, I don't know what y'all are doing now to get customers, but I'm assuming you probably on apps like Bark, Thumbtack, stuff like that. If you're not on there, I would obviously be on there, right? So that'd be the first thing. And then once you get those jobs, once you win them, then just offer it to people while you're there. So by the way, we also do deep cleaning. Would you like for us to go ahead and just clean this all out for you, to move out clean, whatever you want to call it? And then you can kind of go from there. So that's one way to upsell it dead in person like that. They might even allow you to offer it through the apps that you're getting these jobs from. And then the other thing is on your website. So when you got your website, you can list your services, right? So literally list that service up there and show how, not only will we remove the junk, we will also clean it too. And that can be like your distinguishing factor between you and other junk removal companies. So, but that's just it. I mean, put it out there, broadcast it on your website. Say it when you get a chance to say it. Like, I mean, that's pretty much it. Put it on your flyers, etc. Make it your selling point. L. Matthews Bay says, if you don't have office space, what will be a good environment for an interview? So I did literally just answer it, but I will just repeat it real fast. The library, Starbucks. Most importantly, though, the number one place to me is if you have buildings that you already clean, have them in the building. So whatever building that I'm hiring for, I'll always hold it in that building. And I definitely... Actually, it depends on what type of building you got, right? So if I had, because one of these buildings I had, they were there almost 24/7. So I always had my interviews in the evening time because most of the time when you offering these jobs, you're offering part-time jobs after hours, because that's when we clean after hours, right? And so at this particular location, though, some of their people, they were still there working that evening shift. So I would go ahead and get permission from the POC ahead of time and say, hey, do you mind if I use the conference room this evening? I'm going to be interviewing a few candidates. And they absolutely didn't mind at all. All right. Now, in another building, I will have in other buildings where it wasn't 24-hour shifts, right? They weren't there. Then I just ain't saying that. I just would schedule the time because I knew nobody was going to be there anyway. And then every now and then, when you clean in the office, you might get a straggler, right? That's working on a weekend or working late night, but they ain't thinking about you. They gonna mind their business. All right. So for the most part, but yeah, have it at the building that you clean is the absolute best. And if you can't do that, or just like, for example, for y'all who clean houses and not buildings, then you'll be better off just using the library. Or and you can rent rooms at your library more than likely, and then like reserve, not rent, because it don't cost. And then what's the other thing I was saying? Oh yeah, Starbucks, even McDonald's. I had meetings at McDonald's for. If you got like a fancy McDonald's in your area, do one right in the find you a little corner table in there, you'll be all right. All right. Andy Levea says, I think I said that right. Leva says the toilets get me every time. Why? Would you saying that's what's stopping you from starting your cleaning company? Well, here's the thing. Think long term. we're gonna clean these toilets right quick just to learn the trade. But long term, that's not what you're gonna be doing long term. You know what I mean? It's you can definitely run a cleaning company without touching the toilet. That's all I'm gonna say. So, and that's what any company, all your goal is just to get it going so you can scale it and then put the systems in place, aka people to do the job for you in place so you ain't got to do it. All right, I'm submitting my first bid because I tell you what, just real quick, because I was talking to my sister about this not too long ago. I don't always name names, but I think she told me she don't mind. So, but we was talking about that, and I was telling her, you should just go ahead, start your cleaning business. And she was like, but I don't want to do that, AJ. I said, you think I want to do that shit? You know what I mean? Like, then I gave her the example of my brother. You think he wanted to do it? It's just, but you do what you got to do to get to where you're trying to get to. So it's like, and then over time, I was able to, use that as a stepping stone to get to, what I done now, what I'm doing today, or buying the real estate that I wanted to buy, right? So it's just, but you do what you got to do so you can do what you can. And obviously, if you got other options out there because don't give a fuck what type of business you start, it's going to take work, you're going to be stressed, and it's going to take a while to build. No matter what it is, it's going to have overhead. It's going to be some shit with it, every business you got. So it's like, what I recommend is, okay, well, just find the one that costs the least amount to start, that you can make a lot of money with the fastest. And the cleaning was the answer for me. So if you can find an answer to that question that is not cleaning, then go for it. And another thing about cleaning too was I wanted to provide jobs. I knew that anybody can clean. So I was like, all right, bet I'm gonna do this business because I can get my people jobs, and it's be good, easy jobs too. I can put them in the buildings all after hours. Ain't nobody gonna be all on their back. I ain't gotta worry about, there's a lot of little nuances. Like a lot of my damn friends, they were criminals. You know what I mean? And they kind of look like it sometimes too. So it was like I had to make sure they was in settings to where their visual won't always that important. And so when you clean and you got the hours, you can kind of get away with that type of stuff. But versus, you know what I mean? Then I was also thinking about too, okay, well, we're gonna be in an AC versus being out there. I could have started a lawn care company, but it was like, nah, because I ain't trying to be out there in the sun. So little stuff like that you got to consider when you're trying to decide, okay, well, which business is it? Because if your toilets is the worst it get, I'd be all right, put some gloves on. You know what I mean? We'll be just fine. All right, Tyrone Larry says, I'm submitting my first big proposal for over 20,000 on Monday. That's what's up. Do you have any tips that you can offer to land bigger contracts? Honestly, I think, and for the record, I've never had a $20,000 per month contract. Let's be clear on that. But from what I see, everything is all the same. It's literally all the same. Make sure your price is right. Make sure you made a good impression during the walkthrough. Those are things that, the walkthrough part, you already did it. So hopefully you did well on that. Follow up. I mean, make sure that your proposal looks professional and that you detailed it out to make sure that they know it's tailored to them and don't just look like no regular cookie cutter proposal. What else I got for you? Just make sure you asked about that pain points that you're going to highlight and you can hit it and again, and just that price, man. Follow up with them. But that's it for the most part. But they all the same. Once you figure out who's in charge, once you get your pricing right, that's pretty much about all you can do. Just keep following it. Even if you don't want it, still keep following up because you'd be surprised. It may be back in 6 months or a year. Who knows? All right, but hopefully you close that deal. Though. Let us know in the group too if you close that deal. If I'm not mistaken, you in Clean Biz Network. All right, Transparent says, can you import contact info from another CRM? Yeah, absolutely. So all contacts can be literally downloaded, uploaded via a what are those called? You know what I'm talking about? The damn spreadsheet files. I forgot what they call, but yeah. Rashawn Bowser, and it'll match up. You can link it up and all of that type of stuff. All right, Rashawn Bowser says, how do you stay relevant amongst all the other online platforms that's out? All right, well, I'll answer for me first. I can tell if you were asking me how do I, or were you asking me how can you? I'll answer the selfish way first. How do I? Shit, I'm not sure if I do. Right? Long as I've been doing this shit, the motherfuckers is definitely bigger to be. But no, I tell you what, the longer I've been doing it, somehow I do manage to stay relevant enough, though. So to answer the question for me, from my perspective, is just make sure that one, be genuine, right? Because nobody want to fake shit, and if you try to fake it if you want to, after a while, it's gonna get old. People can see through that. So that's number one, be genuine, and then number two, I would say just have something of value to offer. I was listening to who was that? Billy Jean. Billy Jean is marketing. For those who don't know, he got good stuff. He don't post like he used to back in the day when I was coming up, learning from him a lot. But I went back and listened to an old podcast. He was on Ed Milet's podcast, and he was saying how he said he got 3 E's when it comes to content creation: entertain, educate, and then execute. And I thought, and he said the most important one though is entertain. And that's something that I like in mind. And that's one of the biggest things that, why I don't get the views that I should get, even though I got the subscribers and followers that I have, is because my shit ain't as entertaining. You know what I mean? That's why I do like the lives, and I can tell y'all like them because my lives are more entertaining than. And then I'm like my little 10-minute videos, those are cool because my editors put the little music and all that shit. But like every now and then I'll like do those random, I don't know. But anyway, my point is this: entertain. If you can be entertaining, he made the point of like how nobody gets on social media to just be educated. Ain't nobody coming like when you click the button, you got bored doing something else or something. You were just looking for something to do. And so when you're in that state, you're looking to be entertained. So I would say the number one thing to be relevant first is to entertain. And some people go the wrong way about entertaining, in my opinion, right? But they ain't really know right or wrong anyway. But to me, it's wrong. I wouldn't do it, which is, clout chase and trying to throw other people under the bus and all that gossipy shit just to try to stay relevant. That's one way to go about being entertaining, but that ain't the way I would ever do it. But there's a way, right? But either way, just be entertaining. Make sure you offer some value. He said educate, but I say offer some value. So, people can know they got something. Again, it's going to walk away, feel like they wasted their time, and then execute. And then the execute part is, okay, now I can sell whatever it is I'm trying to sell, whether it's your cleaning services or whether it's, I don't know, whatever the company you got. All right. Welcome to you, Sassy Brown Sugar. I believe that's what they say. And you'll say, okay, thanks for the beat. But absolutely. King Ike says, I got my LLC and I'm starting out. I'm wanting to do commercial and some move in, move out cleaning. Is it wise to start off like this, or should I have started with residential? Absolutely, it's wise. As a matter of fact, people think that you got to start off in residential, and a lot of people say it's easier to get residential. I wouldn't know. I started in commercial. I did a little bit of residential after that, but all of the residential that I got was from my commercial, doing good at commercial. And they would say, oh, well, can you clean houses? Then I would clean the house. And then one of my house clients told the other person about me. And then the third house client I met him at a networking event, like local business networking events. But typically, people say that residential is easier to get. I don't really think so. I think it's whatever you decide to go after. That's me personally. I started in commercial, and I think that, and most people I spoke to thought every now and then somebody surprised me, but most of the time, everybody that's done both typically agrees that commercial is easier. The checks are bigger. The profit margin is smaller, but I prefer commercial. It's easier to staff too. But yeah, that's just my opinion. But to answer your question directly, no, that's not. Yes, that's wise to start off with. Absolutely, especially if that's what you want to do. Just focus on what you think you really want to do. If you know you want to do buildings, go that route for sure. And then be clear, move in, move out is kind of his own animal on its own because it's not residential, but it's a lot different from your regular office cleaning too. So it's kind of his own little niche, but it's definitely good because they kind of easy to get to. So if you want to use those to start off with in the beginning, but from what I hear, a lot of people start off with that and then they stop doing them after a while. But I never really liked them because for me, I wasn't able to see the scalability in it. You know what I mean? It seemed like it's harder to hire for. It's inconsistent. We don't know when we're gonna get another move in or move out or not. And then the checks are smaller. It's kind of like residential. So it's just like, I don't know. But try it though. See if you can figure out a way to do it though. Can I be honest, AJ? My area sucks. All right, now. You honest with me, Giorgio? Now I gotta be honest with you back now. And for the record, that could be true, but I'm willing to guess. And I don't even know which area we talking about, Jack, because I know we spoke when I forgot where you say you was, but I'm pretty sure it's up north somewhere, like Ohio or something, right? I might be wrong. But anyway, I just don't believe it. I just don't believe it. I mean, I'm sure, put it this way, as long as you set a goal to contact X amount of businesses every single day over the X amount of time, over the next month or whatever, I guarantee you're going to close some deals, period. And I don't care where you live at. because everywhere needs cleaning companies. As long as there's buildings in your area and homes in your area or whatever it is out there for you. You just gotta make sure that you're doing the stuff that you're supposed to do. You gotta dress the part. You know what I mean? You gotta do the numbers, right? And if you ain't got time to do the numbers, then buy the leads. If you ain't got money to buy the leads, then do the numbers. But you gotta have time or money. You know, I've been telling y'all that for years, but it's about what you put into it. Whatever you put into is what you're gonna get back out of it. All right. Jeffrey Azar says, Memphis. Okay, Memphis Jeffrey Azar says, I used to manage some accounts for a JanPro franchisor good. Now I decided to start my own commercial. A client is asking for 3 references. I have asked the accounts to help. They refuse suggestions. Yes. So the franchisor that you were with, can they be a reference, or did y'all leave on bad terms? So that's one solution. One suggestion. Next suggestion is, what about all the other people that worked with you? You said that you managed, so that means somebody must have been under you. See if they can do it for you. And then who was that we was talking to last time? I forgot. But I mean, if you might happen to have a cousin or a girlfriend or somebody that can say that you did it for them, right? Just like on resumes, people lie on resumes all the time. That's all I can say on that. But don't let that be no excuse to hold you back. You can find some references, just get creative with it. All right, what else we got? Is a CRM integrated into the CBN monthly program? Absolutely. That's why that's the main thing you paying for every month anyway. If it was just coaching, the price would still be what it used to be, which was $49. But you also paying for the software now in addition to the coaching and all of that. So, but yes, that's what it's supposed to be first, is the CRM itself, the software. Bidding calculator, proposal generator, anything pretty much you could think of to run a cleaning company is going to be included in just being a Clean Biz Network, including the network, including my monthly calls with me on Zoom, including all the stuff. Y'all see it on the website. All right. Shaga Lu says, what settings do you think is most ideal? For example, offices, Airbnb, restaurants, etc. For me, offices without a doubt. Just regular carpeted offices, rounding at, let's say, anywhere from about 5,000 to up to about 50,000 square feet. Anything up in there, and if it's an office, like a basic clean office with cubicles or just individual offices within it, that's all I like. Monday through Friday, or either 3 days a week, something like that. Hell, I even take the once a weekend ones because they be easy money and you make a lot more profit margin on those too. But yeah, anything like that, that's up my alley. Those are beautiful. Right, I love those. All right, can you import CRM info from HubSpot into your CRM? Absolutely. All right, what else we got? All you got to do is, like I said, export it as a what is it, XLT file, something like that. But basically, just export your spreadsheet from HubSpot and then upload it into CBN. All right, never mind, I ain't gonna say it. L. Matthews Bay. I said, I'm experimenting right now with Calculated Clean. So y'all know Calculated Clean is my baby app. So I got Clean Biz Network is my main big dog app. The $99 a month is the lowest plan. And then you got Calculated Clean, which is $49 a month. So the difference is Calculated Clean is software only, no coaching. I'm not involved. None of that. It's just straight bidding calculators, proposal generators, invoices, and it ain't like digital invoices. You can't get paid. It just generates a PDF invoice for you, then you send it over. So it's bidding calculators, proposal generators, invoices, inspection reports, and then walkthrough reports. Just those 5 things. And it's great, by the way. That's great for just the entry-level stuff. But that's for like people, I know y'all ain't got no huge budget. Y'all just getting started. Y'all just need to know how to price pretty much and come up with create the proposal. And the end of the proposal, what do you call it? Y'all say contract, but it's really the service agreement. That's a part of the proposal, by the way. For those who are asking, do we got contracts? Yes, we do on both platforms. And so that's what Calculated Clean is. So if you know you need just the basics, but you can't quite afford the $99 yet, then Calculated Clean is for you. Or you might just need the basics and you don't really give a damn about AJ at all, but you just want the tools. Calculated Clean is for you. Everybody else, Clean Biz Network. Clean Biz Network got all of that, plus the coaching, plus the network group and the private Facebook group, plus the CRM as a whole. The CRM is way more than just that little bit of features right there in that software. You can track all your leads. You got manage every single contact you have. All of that, everything consolidated into one platform pretty much. I forgot where I was going with that. Oh, that's where I was going with. So anyway, Calculated Clean is my baby software. And one thing I'm testing out on Calculated Clean is free trials, right? And I'm just seeing right now, I see a lot of people like they started their trial, right? And the 7-day too, because I make sure because you do that for 30 days, you'll have to wait for 90 days just for people to run out. And I ain't, I ain't gonna do it for because I ain't gonna. All right, but anyway, but yeah, I'm just testing to see if the free trial option work. If it work on Calculated Clean, it'll work. I'll offer that for Clean Business Network at some point. But for now, I don't think we need a free trial. I think if you just pay $99 a month, because for $99 a month for everything you get, I feel like it's worth experimenting for $99. And then if you like it, you'll pay it again. If you won't, then all right, we'll be back when you can afford it. That's pretty much how that goes. All right, what else we got? All right, what is the standard price to charge by square foot for office cleaning, or does it depend on what state, city, etc.? So, me personally, and as far as the industry goes, for the most part, some people do, but I just think it's pretty much impossible to do. I don't charge by square foot. Now, I do use the square footage to come up with my price, and that's why all we do is get the square footage put into the bidding calculator that we provide in Clean Business Network software or in Calculated Clean. But I use the square footage, but I only use the square footage to come up with the time that it should take to clean it. Then after that, I can multiply that by my hourly rate and do all of that. But so to answer your question, is there a standard price? It probably is, but I don't use that method, so I don't know it. Now, and the reason why, let me tell you why. I had explained to somebody earlier on the consultation. The reason why I don't do price per square footage for commercial cleaning, we do it on one-time cleans like strip and wax, pressure washing, post construction, that type of stuff. But regular routine commercial cleaning, to me, I wouldn't charge by the square foot, because what are you basing it off? Like, think about this. We can have 2 5,000 square foot buildings here right now. One of them is just carpet, look like mine, nothing but a couple of desks, you know what I mean, a cubicle here, and the basics, right? But then you might have another 5,000 square foot office, and they got all marble floor, they got glass windows, glass walls instead of regular walls, and they want you to clean them each time. It's a museum, so they got a bunch of different fixtures or something, and they want you to dust them every single time. Like, but they both 5,000 square foot buildings. How am I charge the same, I don't know, 50 cents per square foot in this one as I'm doing in this one, when the time is going to be drastically different because of the scope of work? So they absolutely does not make any sense to me to charge by the square foot for commercial cleaning or for residential, even as long as there's a repeat thing. It just don't make sense to me. I think we got to know the scope of work first, and then it's like, okay, well, even if you do, all right, well, you could say, well, I'll just go up or down a few cents depending on the difficulty. You could do that, but where do we get the initial cents per square foot from? Like, what are we basing it on? If I come up with, okay, I'm going to charge the way I do it is we use production rates, and I won't give y'all a whole damn course on it, but basically, if I plug in the square footage into my bidding calculator tell me, all right, it's going to take 4 hours to do this. So what you want to charge per hour? And I'm going to say, all right, I want to charge, I don't know, $25 an hour. Then they're going to say, all right, bam, we'll charge them. Your price is $100, because we're doing 25 times the hourly rate pretty much. But it's basing it off of what the scope of work was. But it's like, okay, bam, well, how do we come up with that? It's based off the scope of work and then what we charge per hour. And it's like, okay, well, how did you know what to charge per hour? Well, because I'm paying my people 10 and I'm putting an extra profit of 15 on top. Bam, I can easily do that math reverse back and forth like it's nothing. Versus if you just say, well, I'm charging 19 cents per square foot. And I'm like, well, why? I just like 19, the number 19. It's like, what are you doing? How are you coming up with that? So that's my full answer on why I wouldn't do it that way. All right, what else we got? Shout out to Black Car Rise, who I just spoke to earlier. Shout out to you. All right, but Tranquility Hub, AJ, are you familiar with Mike Mack and his program where they tend to do everything for you, including website building? I am familiar with him, and I wanted to reach out to him for the conference, but I didn't get to it in time. So my goal is, if I have a conference next year, I'm definitely gonna reach out to him and invite him over. But as far as what I think about his program, honestly, I'm a good judge of character. He seemed like a good stand-up dude to me. So I think if whatever he's offering, if that's what he's saying he's offering, I'm willing to bet he's probably offering that. He seemed like he legit to me. And I don't watch a ton of his stuff, but I'm usually can feel that type of stuff out. And then what else? It looked like me and him doing the same thing. Well, my automation is the same thing as probably as what his program is, and I'm sure his program is not cheap either. So, but I don't know much about it. I mean, I guess technically he would be my competition, right? But y'all know I don't even move like that. I don't even care. But yeah, but that's my thoughts on it. I don't know that much about it though. All right. No problem at all. James Lewis says, when partnering with another cleaning company on janitorial cleanings in another state, do both companies have to have a business license in a particular state? Just one company. Let me read that again. When partnering with another cleaning company or on janitorial cleanings in another state, do both companies have to have a business license in that particular state? I don't think so. I think the only time you really should probably worry about a business license is if you're going to be doing business in that. And then business license is a local thing too. That's not even a state thing. That's like a city, county thing. So unless you're going to have like a home office in that city or county, I wouldn't worry about that. Because shit, when I was with when I had my cleaning company in Virginia, we serviced multiple different cities, but I only had to have a business license in that one city. So even if we cross another state, it wouldn't be a business license thing. Now, it could be an LLC type of thing where you might need a foreign entity LLC. But again, if you're not going to be doing it a long time, it's a one-time thing. I don't think so. But if you're going to be there all the time, you're going to be constantly getting contracts in Pennsylvania and Maryland, then maybe you probably going to need to get a LLC in Pennsylvania and Maryland. But I don't know. And then, matter of fact, as I say that too, you can probably, if you got to do that, then you probably going to want to, you might have to get a business license based out of the city. I don't know. But those are the things that go into my thoughts, though, to answer that stuff. If you can figure those things out, that'll get you closer to your answer. All right. Continue somewhat like a franchise, but not $8,000 for the program. Right. That's why I say it's going to cost you. That's all I'm going to say. It's going to cost you. But yeah, because what? My program, my 1010 is what? 50,000. You know what I mean? So it's like, but I'm guaranteeing you 10 grand on top, and they're going to be your contract. So it ain't like the franchise is better because you actually own your contracts. But yeah. Shout out to my guy Brandon Oil says, after a few bids, you're very entertaining, AJ, sending positive vibes through a cleaning business world. Absolutely. And that's what, listen, it's funny you say that, right? Because I sure was thinking, oh, I got some entertainment for they ass. Pass me my bill. Right. But no, because I'm trying not to take that too far either, right? I be trying to like limit myself on that, right? We still living healthy. By the way, for those who keeping tabs, I still do my 100 push-ups every single day. Ain't missed a day yet all this year. All right. And I do them on my other channel, the Everybody Eats channel, just if anybody is interested. All right. I am on the final steps of getting my cleaning business running. I was thinking about starting as a subcontractor while I start to get contracts. Is it a good first step? Thank you for what you do. That's an absolutely positively great step. If you really think about it, that's what I did. So I wasn't a subcontractor, like far as the term goes, but I was a unit franchise owner, which essentially is a subcontractor because the master franchise owner owns the contract and then they sub it down to their unit franchise owner. Basically the same thing. But yeah, that is how I started. That's how I learned. If it wasn't for those, and then in addition to the franchises, I was actually subcontracting for other cleaning business owners that I knew in the area. And those other cleaning business owners, they really taught me how to clean for real. Like Coverall didn't really teach me nothing when I was with them. That's what I was with first, as far as cleaning goes. Then Jam Pro, the guy who, when I originally bought with him, he really taught me a lot. Shout out to Ted Builder. And then I really, really learned how to clean, though, when I was cleaning with these different owners, the local owners, from Pops to Miss what's her name? Miss Radonna Grace, Mr. Hardy. A lot of these people around the way, you know what I mean, that I was subbing for. And these old school, they were the ones who was able to, show me the little hot spots and stuff, the ledges of the partitions in the bathrooms, how to swipe the dust off of it, how to look in the corners of the in the ceilings and get all the spider webs over the doors and stuff, over the entry doors, how to get that sheet of dust on the back of your computer monitors and stuff like that. So if it wasn't for them type of people, then I probably would have never really learned how to clean. So to reiterate, yes, that's that's an excellent idea. All right. John Corniche. By the way, before I get to this, John Corniche, I need everybody to know this now. I ain't going to be on here too much longer, but before I do get off, I need you to go to www.cbnconference.com and get your tickets to the Clean Business Network Conference. The rooms are, I ain't going to say sold out. It's just a deadline cut off. We got it extended last time, but it officially ended last week. Then tickets going to end this week. So after you get your ticket this week, I would recommend that you shop around for your room because our group rates are over. So, but definitely go to cbnconference.com and get your tickets. No, okay. make sure you go to cbn.com and get your tickets. And see you in Vegas, y'all. The conference is from February 28th through March 1st in Las Vegas, y'all. The date JW Marriott Hotel. And y'all already know we're gonna be live. We're gonna turn up. Let's get it. John Corney says, I have a few one day a week accounts that I subcontract. I have my LLC, A&A Cleaning Solutions. He stole my name too. Right. I only think you put the cleaning in there though, but my company name was A&A Solutions. But I would, who those who don't know, named after my daughter, Amaya and Anthony. Shout out to them. But I would like to get my own accounts. Would leads be the best way to get my own accounts quickly? Yes. And I would say the best way, because you said quickly. Now, if you didn't put the quickly in there, then I would say, well, it depends. Because it was like, okay, well, is it the best way overall? It depends. It depends on if you got money. Now, if you ain't got money, that's not the best way. The best way will probably be getting on the phone and cold calling, because you can do a lot of those in a slow amount of time, in a quick amount of time. Then the second best way, if you ain't got no money, will probably be to go door to door. Then the third best way will probably be to buy a cheap list from somewhere and do some email marketing. Then the fourth best way would be getting leads. But since you said quickly, buying leads is absolutely the best and the most efficient way to get contracts quick. So yes, cleanbiznetwork.com. Scroll down. Oh, better yet, that's right. We got our own website now for the lead generation. Go to cleanbizleads.com, and that's where our lead generation service is located. All right, residential is cool, but I feel like they get too picky versus commercial cleaning. I absolutely agree. Only good part about residential is most people don't need an invoice. And not only that, you also get paid immediately. That's why I already said I thought you was about to say it. You get paid. So that's one of the reasons too why we took a few residential, because it would hold us throughout the month. Because we would only get paid once a month, the big lump sum, and we would get it every single month. What was the last day of the month or something? So it was like we're messing with commercial. And by the way, it was because I was with a franchise. They got all my money first, and then they gave it to me in one lump sum. If I had multiple contracts, it wouldn't have been one company giving me one lump sum. I would have got different checks throughout from different companies. But just want to make sure that's clear for the new people that's here. But we did take residential contracts back, not contracts, but residential customers back then to help supplement that income, because like you said, typically you ain't got to send an invoice, and then a lot of times with residential, they pay you up front. We had our checks waiting for us a lot of times. As soon as we came in there to come clean the house, the person was going to work. The check was waiting for us under a vase somewhere. And when we finished cleaning, we just take the check and leave. All right. Shout out to my guy, Xavier Roman, checking in. Appreciate you. Hopefully I see you at the conference. I remember I got a chance to meet him up there in Chicago not too long ago at the conference. What he says, your area doesn't suck. You just need the better sales, man. You got to push, bro. I'm telling you. Just push. Georgia, go watch Jim Rohn. There you go. Now we talking, right? One of the masters. Xavier says, how do you know if one of the contractors gave you a fake social security number or social security card, and you won't get in trouble when you turn in their 1099? I don't even think like that. Like, damn, I guess, well, shit, let me see. How would I tell? Well, I'll tell you this. Ironically, I just did, I had to send my 1099s out, right? They did have some type of feature on there. It was let me go to the website. It's 1099 something. 1099online.com. But they had some type of feature out there where they ask you if you want to verify the person's EIN or social security number. So I guess that's one way to do it. But honestly, I have no idea. I don't know. I mean, I don't even know, is that really your responsibility to even try to search? I mean, obviously, if it looks counterfeit, then all right, bam, I guess we better do your due diligence at that point. But I think that's why you just take two forms of ID, because their I-9 is going to, or in this case, a W-9 because they contractors. But their W-9, you're required to get two forms of ID anyway, right? So I would get their picture ID and then their social security card, or their social security card and their birth certificate or something. But you got to have two forms of ID, passport or something. So as long as you got two of those things, I feel like at that point, that's not on you if they gave you the wrong thing. But ignorance is not an excuse to the law. So ask somebody that's a professional in that department. It ain't me, right? So, but that's what I'm thinking though. All right. King Ice says, do you remember pricing by the hour or by the square foot? Personally, I'm vibing towards hourly just because I'm a beginner and I don't know exactly how I'll take each job. So I literally talked this whole thing through earlier, but to sum it up real fast, One, download Calculated Clean, get the free trial on that. Play with my bidding calculator on that, right? Or join Clean Business Network, and I can show you how to do all of that. That's the first thing. But to sum it up, is a combination of both is the way I do it. I get the square footage to put into my bidding calculator, and the bidding calculator can tell me the time it's going to take to clean, and then we just multiply that by how much we want to charge the company per hour. So it's a combination of both in my case. But I definitely don't believe in just pricing by square footage. And then also, you can't tell the cut. I ain't gonna say you can't. I also don't believe in telling the customer up front, oh, we're going to charge you X an hour. So I definitely want to give them a set price, but I base it on both of those things. And rewind the video, you can kind of hear what I was talking about, or you watch how to bid on commercial cleaning, how to bid on contracts, AJ Simmons, something like that, how to price jobs, any type of verbiage like that, and you put my name in YouTube. I got plenty of videos on it. Hey, AJ New here. I've been dragging my feet, but I finally ordered my business cards, also using one of your rentals office storage. Oh, one of my, I gotta say, damn, I got rentals and shit. I know I got a lot of income, but I didn't know I had that. But you didn't say mine. You said also using one of my rental. Okay, perfect. Yeah, you well on your way. Shout out to Marie Reed checking in. Appreciate you. All right, and no problem at all. All right, who is this here? Jawan Dennison says, yes, you do. Well, and that was on somebody else's question, probably. All right. If I sub out work to another company, can I let them use my wheel to get to the job facility? You asking, like, can you let them use your car? Absolutely. So what I did was I made my SUV. I bought an SUV cash, made it a company car. I put it in the company name, and then it's theirs. Now, obviously, if this is your particular car, you wouldn't do that, right? Well, shit, you could if it's paid for. You could, but if you still making payments on it, you can't put in the business name just yet. At least I don't know how to do it. But I will say this: you still can't write it off as a business deduction and all of that type of stuff. Now, as far as can you let them use your car? You can, but legally, you're probably supposed to add some type of commercial vehicle insurance if you're doing that. However, right, and now I'm not speaking legal advice here, but however, I would imagine that people let people use their cars all the time. So if they happen to be using your car and they happen to get in an accident, I'm sure your regular insurance will still cover it because they happen to use your car this one time. Just, yeah. I ain't gonna say too much more because, yeah. But yeah, can you do that? I don't see why not. People let people use their car all the time. Yes, you do need the LLC in both states. Thank you for that. All right, what else we got? Can I sub out a building to another company and work it with them? How does that work? Can I sub out a building to another company and work it with them? Yes. You just get them to fill out a W-9 form. That's an information form. At the end of the year, you're gonna send them a 1099 telling them what they make. What I always like to do too is have them teach your actually, well, it depends. You said what another, okay, bam. So have the other companies do a W-9 form for you. That's number one. Number two, have them send you an invoice every month for how much you owe them, and then you pay them. But that's just for paper trail purposes, and also to prove that they really is a real 1099. They're not no employees that you're trying to make look like a 1099. But in this case, I see you specifically send another company. But yes, it works the exact same way in both cases. It's just when you're dealing with people and trying to pay them as 1099 workers, independent workers, is a little bit of extra things you got to do because you got to kind of mold them into what to do. But companies already know what to do. It's the same process, but companies know how to do it, so you ain't really got to baby them. But it's the same thing. Yes, you can do that. You just be called the prime contractor in that case, and they're the subcontractor. All right, Self-Worth Investor by Cynthia Griffin. Shout out to you. Says, I might have an opportunity with the post-construction. However, I only have 2 cleaners. What would your advice be to prepare for this opportunity? She said, opportunity, post-construction, I only have 2 cleaners. So basically what you're saying is you think the opportunity is going to be big and you don't got the manpower to do it. So you're just wondering. Yeah, that's what it sounds like you're saying. So what I would say to prepare for it is to start looking for start looking for bodies to fill it. If that's how you want to go about it yourself, if you want to hire directly, start looking for some people to fill it. And you can do W-2 or 1099, either way, but start looking for bodies to fill it ASAP and start brainstorming about, okay, how am I going to train these people quick enough to start in time should they want to start immediately? Or you can you can do exactly what Angelo just asked me about. Find a company that's already established and experienced in doing post-construction jobs like this already. Partner with them. Now go let them know that you want to sub it to them. You got this opportunity. Your company isn't big enough to handle it yet, but you would love if they can partner with you, and then y'all discuss the splits, whether it be 80-20, whether it be 75-25, or whatever the case may be. But you just kind of figure that part out. All right, here we go. Erwin Ruby says, hi, AJ. What payment terms would you recommend to start with? Try to get paid up front. Just see. Just try it. Just see if put in your invoice due upon receipt. And then and when you send over the proposal to them with that service agreement on that last page, if they sign it and that's the terms, you in there. But if they see that and they be like, well, we can't do that, but we typically do net 30, then you can reply and explain, well, we are a growing company, da 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 da. I'm not sure if we would, I'm not sure, but we would prefer that we typically like to set up payments up front as we still growing, da da da. Is there any way that you can at least do net 10 or net 15? But try to negotiate and then see what you can do. But always start off trying to get it up front. And then if you can't, then you just go with what you can get. And hell, if you got to accept net 30 to get the contract, as long as you can accept the contract and you take it on, then take it. You gotta do what you gotta do. I started out getting sub work. They was paying me like $250 to service the building once a week. When I got my own contracts, I'd be getting anywhere from $150 to $250 a visit. They were scraping. No, I mean, because you said $250 service, but maybe, right? Let me tell you something. So this is the lesson, right? They got that old phrase, know your worth. That's an example right there. So for anybody, and that's why my channel can't go viral too, because then it'll fuck up the whole workforce and capitalism as a whole, right? But anybody doing any job is not getting paid their worth. Otherwise, there will be no business, right? So the company's always getting charged what the service is worth. But then again, I take that back, because actually you are getting what you're worth, because if you was worth more, then you will be charging it. And guess what? That will make you. You will be the company at that point getting the contract. So actually, I got to take that back. But my point is, this is an example where you figured out what you're really worth now. So now you know your worth. So now you know, this cleaning shit ain't no $250 once a week. I can get this every visit. You know what I mean? So, but good point. I don't know, but I was going to say, though, they might not have been scraping you, because you got to understand, if it's profit, it's business. They got other expenses other than just employee overhead. They also got to pay for their marketing. They also got to pay for the admin. They also got to pay the salesperson if we got a sales team that got the contract. They got to pay their damn self, right? The person that started the business want to get some money too. That's why I got a video out there that says the reason why I pay my people more than I pay myself. And it's like, obviously they don't got real life bigger salaries than me from my company, which there was a time when my people did, though. I literally made less than my person one time when I had my cleaning company. But that's because I wasn't scaled. I wasn't making enough revenue. But what I mean by that is, if I got a building and it's paying me $1,000, and I say, all right, bam, I'm gonna sub it out to you and I'll give you 20%, or excuse me, I'll give you 70%. I'm getting 30%. Technically, I'm paying them more than me. They getting 70, I'm only getting 30. And then out of that 30, I still got to put a certain percentage up for the business as well. And I'm only left with X amount of percentage, right? So they are paying more than me. Now, the key is that's when we do the thing that I always talk about, which is scaling. Okay, now you go get 20 more of those damn buildings, or 40 more of those buildings. Now you do that, multiply, stop trying to add. All of a sudden, now you make more than everybody, because guess what? That person that was getting the 70% that was cleaning, okay, yeah, they make more than you in that building, but then how many more buildings can they get? Maybe 4, 5, right? But they capped, is my point, because they're trading their time for money. Versus you built a system out of your company, you getting a little 30% here, 30% here, 30% here, 30% times 100 accounts. You know what I mean? Now you balling, and you ain't even doing none of the cleaning. Now you're doing CEO level stuff, which is what we all dream of, right? But that right there be the part that's the part that separates the people who make it long term and build real companies and corporations versus the ones who just keep running Dan's cleaning service with the little sticker on his car, and they drive from building to building to building every day until they back blow out or something. But anyway, all right, got my ticket. Shout out to Kim for getting the ticket. Says looking forward to seeing everyone. Shout out to you, Miss Kim. I appreciate you for checking in and letting us know you're gonna be there in Vegas. He say door to door. I got 7 accounts in 2 months. I never bought a lead. There you go. Put the work in. You do not have to buy no lead to get it. The leads is there for the people who ain't got time. You might got a job, or the people who just want to scale it in a particular way. It's up to you however you want to do it. But you absolutely can go door to door. That's how I got my first contract as well. Black Car Ride says I would charge the G profile to the cleaning business son. The G profile change. Oh, I would change the profile to the cleaning business son. Oh, you saying I should change? Is that what you're saying? The course is very helpful. AJ, thank you again. Absolutely. And I'm glad you took the time to go through it. All right, let's see what else we got. AJ, how do you keep your mops fresh? That's a good question. Gina can answer that better than I can. But if I got to remember, let me see what we used to do. And for those who are new, again, when I say remember and you hear me say had, was, when I'm talking about my cleaning business, for those who don't know, I sold my cleaning company to my brother back in 2018. And then right after I started Clean Business Network. I don't feel like going through the whole spiel, but basically, bam, there you go. All right, it's a long story behind it, but I don't feel like doing it. But anyway, so yeah, how did we used to do it? We used to do, let me see. So number one, when you're done mopping, rinse it. You got to rinse it. All right, so rinse it all the way off, and then we wring it out in a deep sink. Now, luckily, hopefully, most of these buildings are going to have deep sinks. And if you're really lucky, they got one that's on the floor. But anyway, so when you're done mopping, you're done for the day. The mop is always the last thing you're doing. So you rinse it all out. Then you hang it up. We used to hang the mop upside down in the corner. And that was it. So you wring it out, hang it up on the upside down in the corner. And then after a while, if you smell a smell inside your what's it called? Your janitor's closet, it's typically going to be that mop head that's stinking it up. But we had a system where, depending on how often we clean that building, but typically once a week was good. Every single week, my wife, and then eventually once we scaled up and we moved to Florida and we had somebody in place for that, our inspector was doing it. But once a week, we had somebody go by there and pick up all of the dirty rags and all of the mop heads and take them to the laundromat and wash them and then drop them all back off. And then also while that person was there, they would do a building inspection as well. But and let us know if we low on any chemicals, any stuff like that. This is stuff that anyway. What was I was gonna say on that too? Bam. So that means that in every janitorial closet, we had 2 big 60-gallon trash bags. One was for dirty rags and cloths and mop heads, and then the other one was actually no, it was just one. That was for the dirty clothes. And then what we would do, it was just one building we had 2, but the other ones we didn't have to have 2. But anyway, you got your dirty rag bag somewhere in your janitor's closet, so that way every time they done, they can just throw it. I mean, after every single clean, throw them in there. We're not reusing ever. That's how we always did it. And then we would have the section where we keep clean cloths and mop heads. If it's a big building, they're gonna have multiple mop heads, probably like 5 of them, and then to get through the week, right? Or maybe 3 to 5. For the small buildings, they probably don't need to be changed that often. And I mean, once a week, you're going to build it once a week, a couple times a week. They don't have to get changes often, right? So you got to kind of figure out your system for each building and how often you got to do these things. But yeah, most importantly, how do you keep them fresh? Rinse them off after every single use once you're done. And then just make sure y'all mopping them frequently. All right, let's see. Should I be letting some of my buildings give me a W-9? That should be making me feel like I work for them. They don't give me a plumber. They don't give a plumber a W-9 when they fix the pipes. So the reason for that is, that's a good point. I'm glad you brought that up. So yes, you should. And the reason is because anybody that makes over $600 in a year for you is required to get a 1099 from you. And so in order for them to give you the 1099, they got to you got to get them a W-9 first. And so the reason why you getting a W-9, but the plumber might not be getting one, because you might be assuming the plumber might be getting one. We don't know. But typically the plumber not getting one is because they're doing one-time services. We doing contract services. So you coming back over and over and over again. So obviously you're going to get more than $600 for the year versus that plumber. They probably not. So that's why. What's good, Miss Karen? Appreciate you checking in. I see you in Vegas, and in about a couple of weeks or so. Angelo said this live is lit. Good stuff, AJ. Appreciate that. I mean, I'm telling you, it's a free consultation, y'all. And if y'all want another free one from it, well, it ain't gonna be free, but it'll definitely be better to be live and to be in person. And that's at the CBN conference. Y'all go to www.cbnconference.com. Get your tickets. And I tell you what, I ain't gonna do it. I ain't even gonna do it. See, because y'all know I got a slick mouth too. So I just be I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna do it. All right, Aiden and Alana, that's ANA. Okay, back. So your son and daughter as well. That's what's up. All right, I'm gonna try to speed to the rest of these and then I'm out of here. All right. DJ says, any advice on cold and hot dusting? Yes. So the way that you do that is simply, or the way that I do it is simply I raise the production rate in the calculator. So for example, when you use the commercial calculator, and in that section after you put the square foot in, it's going to ask you for the production rate. All you got to do is just raise the production rate to a high one, and then that'll decrease the time. Now you might say, okay, well, what number should I put for the production rate? Search the Facebook group, because I know you in there. Search the Facebook group for production rates, and I got the production rates for the industry standard production rates from the janitorial store in there, as well as from the ISSA. So look up there, and you can go off of what they think it should take. And then and also too, when you do that, and I always tell y'all this, when you do that, and the calculator tells you it's going to take a certain amount of time, just make sure that you use common sense too. So if the calculator tells you it's going to take an hour to do it, and you like, no, I'm pretty sure this shit going to take me 4. Then go with kind of like, all right, maybe I'm gonna put 3 instead of, because sometimes you could be wrong. You might think it's gonna take longer than what it is, right? But that's why I'm saying use the production rates in this particular case. Just look for the ones that the production rates that already comes in as standard is based off of a routine scope of work, and that's based off of industry standards. However, and I kind of lowered it a little bit just because I know a lot of people are beginners and they can't clean as fast. But damn, where was I going to go with that? But but most importantly, use your discernment, because you're the one that's gonna have to go out there and clean it. You're the one who gotta get the profit off of it, all of that. But definitely use the production rates of the industry standards as a guide, but also use your own sense too, because y'all the one who gotta actually clean it. All right, Aaron Jordan, shout out Aaron Jordan, says by 10 leads and close 1, you winning. That is a lot. And make sure y'all go watch my interview with my guy Aaron Jordan here as well. But now that's a fact. You get 10 leads, you close 1, you already back up. As simple as that. Advice on quoting high Dustin, I just answered that one. Let's see. Cynthia, go to Home Depot around 6 a.m. and grab you. Fact. All right, let's see. Home Depot. All right. Alexis says, what would make you cut ties with a property management group, particularly late payment beyond net 30? That would be it. What would make you? Yeah, I mean, that not paying. That was it. That's it right there. Cut them off. If you don't pay, then I can't play. Like, we ain't coming. And I actually put that in my agreements too. I put it right in the beginning that we do. Well, I forgot how I worded, but basically I let them know we ain't got to show up. If you don't pay, then we ain't got to come. All right. $250 a month to go once a week. That's $62.50 a visit. I quickly got some pants, shirts, logo, Walmart, shaved my beard, and became a salesman. That's how you do it. And see that right there? That's the common sense that, I guess it ain't common, right? But that's the type of sense that I've always had. And I don't know if I'm just a hustler or what, but I be expecting everybody to just get that. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, just break it down, just math. Do the math right quick. Like, hold on, $62.50 a visit, and I'm here for how many hours? All right, bam. So. Okay, so and then it's like, all right, bet. Damn, let me go and make sure I get my hair cut. Let me go. I mean, because it's like you don't want to go in there looking all rough, right? Yeah, you know what you got to do to be a professional in business. But nah, that's facts right there. All right, Kendrick Chamber says, do I have to pay separately for the starter and automation course? I bought the starter course, not realizing the automation is what I really wanted. Yes, you do, because the automation is way more stuff and it's worth way more. So yes, you do. All right. Chris Kirkpatrick says, and I would say some type of discount, but honestly, right now, and it should have been fixed, but I'm too focused on trying to make this damn conference happen. But automation is cheaper than it ever been right now, and that's going to be fixed. Just be clear on that. As soon as I get some time away from everything I'm doing right now, that's gonna be fixed. So I will give you a discount code if I had one, but it's already discounted, so it ain't gonna be one. He said, I just answered that, didn't I? But I seen, okay, you said you got automation. So I thought you said you didn't get it. All right, anyway, no, it's a whole different person. My bad. You said you got the automation, but you can't seem to get into the Facebook group. How do you go about doing that? Let me look right now and see. Typically, if somebody requests to get in the group and you ain't got in, it's either A, because I ain't checked, because I do that myself, or B, you didn't answer the questions, the entry questions, and put that private that code in there. So when that happens, either A, I'm just going to deny you automatically, but if I'm feeling nice, I might go take the time to search our emails and see if I see a purchase from you. But typically, I'm just going to deny it. Let me see if I see you, though. And I ain't gonna lie, for some reason, the automation group, yeah, see, ain't nothing here. Yeah, I don't see no request. So you probably didn't put the password, so you probably got denied. All right. Lisa again. So how you get the password? You just go inside the course. So go to CleanBiz University tab inside the CRM, inside the program. Go to CleanBiz University, click on the course that you're trying to get inside the group of, go to the intro modules right in there. And I do that stuff like that purposely to force y'all to go to the course because y'all be determined y'all just gonna buy the stuff, skip the course, which is where everything is, and just try to come straight to asking me to death. Like, don't be an asshole, right? Go through the course. It's literally all there, and it's answered better in the course because I literally slow down, share my screen because a lot of this stuff requires me to share my screen, and I can do it. It's way better than me just talking it to you like this. All right. Lisa Getting says, during COVID, what kind of precautions and procedures did you have in place to protect employees and your company? So I would say I'm going to answer this anyway. I mean, wear a mask. Make sure we're using disinfectant and actually knowing the dwell times of that type of stuff. We also, during that time too, we were doing disinfectant services. So we had bought these the spray guns, forgot what you call them, and that was helpful as well. But I think most importantly, I mean, the same stuff that you would do using common sense, all right? Like, don't come to work if you're sick, period. If you feel a little something, just don't come. Wear your mask, wear your gloves. I mean, that's pretty much it. But we front line in the cleaning industry. So during that time, it was kind of like scared money don't make no money, pretty much. And I understand that could be looked at in the wrong way. It can be like, well, damn, like, well, my life come before the money, and it's like, I understand. I mean, I understand that's for everybody's choice. I mean, that's everybody's individual choice on how they want to carry it with that. But I'll say that the people who weren't so timid during that time made the most money. All right, Lucretia Lewis says, "Hi AJ, great info. I appreciate you." All right, Phoenix Rising says, AJ, what do you think about SCORE? They help small business owners get loans and grants. I think that everybody should reach out to SCORE. There's a free business mentorship, and it's like I think they government funded as well. So that's what makes them be free. Definitely check them out. Now, if I'm not mistaken, some of the volunteer mentors through SCORE, and it's score.org. If anybody want to know, www.score.org. Some of those guys, they actually run like consulting companies as well. So they will try to probably funnel you into their stuff and buy it if it's worth it, right? But if you feel like, nah, I don't need that, I'm just here for the free stuff, then fucking be there for the free stuff. Like a lot of people do me on this YouTube channel, and that's okay. But whatever you feel like is going to help you grow your business. Is the guaranteed contracts available? It's everywhere, available everywhere. And South Carolina would be is cool because you on the East Coast. I prefer to have people on my coast because that way I ain't got to travel too far. Because for the guaranteed contracts, what he's talking about is if you go to cleaningbusinessstarterkit.com/accounts, that's the 1010 program, and I'm physically gonna come out to you. All right. So in that case, I prefer to stay close to this side, so that way I can drive and not have to fly and be closer to my family. All right. Peter Safon, I believe that is how you say it, says, hey AJ, how would you figure out who will provide the supplies, and will that make a difference in your quote or proposal? That's a great question. So you simply ask. I asked them, would you like for us to provide it, or would you provide it yourself? And I'm not gonna lie. And this is I think once you scale, it will make a difference as you start to grow. Because the bigger you grow, you start counting every penny. Because when you get so big, every penny counts because your profit margins get smaller and smaller and smaller as you hire layers and layers and layers of people. So once you get into multi-millions, then you probably worry about, okay, what's the cost and cents of every goddamn cleaning supply that we got, right? But honestly, in the beginning, it don't make me no price difference. And because all the way that we do our proposals, we automatically build the cost of the supplies into the quote anyway. So if they say that they'll provide it, then hell, just a little bit more profit margin for me on that one. And I don't really discount it for that. Now, if we get to a point that after I submitted my proposal and they say we too high, okay, well now we can look to start cutting. And if I realize, oh yeah, they did say they were providing the supplies, all right, bam. Well, that's the first thing I'm gonna start with cutting back to get to the price that they want. But to answer the question again, you ask them, would you like us to provide? Now, typically, just so you know, typically you always provide your cleaning supplies in commercial. That's pretty much expected. You provide the cleaning supplies that you're gonna clean with. They provide the consumables. hand soap, toilet tissue, hand towels, trash bags, all the type of stuff that you got to keep refilling. They typically provide that. You tell them when it's low, they order it, or you let them know when it's low and you order it for them and then invoice them for it, or however it goes. But typically they provide that, the consumables, you provide your actual cleaning supplies. But that's not, again, but you can do both. It's up to you. But again, that's a conversation. It's just a conversation. That's a question that should be asked during your walkthrough. Tracy White says, that's what I use to help with my cleaning business score. That's what's up. All right, what else we got? Goddess Comissy says, what are some good places to get business accounts such as Uline to build business credit? I would say, other than Uline, I would say American Express. Go get you the Amex Gold and Platinum business. What else we got? If you go to, what's the name of that damn Nav? If you go to, I think it's nav.com. Let me make sure. There you go. Go to www.nav.com, and then they'll literally create it's almost like Credit Karma for business, but it's going to have like everything on there. It's going to tell you what your business credit score is, going to show you your business experience and all of that. And they'll walk you through all the things that you're going to want to get business credit. So that would be my thing for that. And then for those who do know and have watched me long enough, y'all know that the number one way that I've gotten hundreds of thousands of business credit is just through my credit card processors. So Stripe, PayPal, Shopify, all of those places. If you just QuickBooks, if you swiping enough transactions through them, they're gonna watch all of that and they're gonna offer you business credit anyway. So all right, and then this last one right here, put some ads on Craigslist too, especially for the move in, move out, carpet cleaning, and this is for getting jobs, y'all, and that's great advice right there. So with that said, I want to tell you one last time, make sure y'all go to www.cbnconference.com. Y'all get y'all tickets. Meet me in Las Vegas this February 28th. That's this month, y'all. Time is winding down. Last day to get tickets is this Friday. And I think I'm pretty much going to do this one.
Headed to the top, ain't none of y'all stopping me. Used to say I never get a ring, Charles Barkley. Now I got a wife, got kids, own property. Bubble-eyed beans that look like that be watching me. Okay, I lied about the beans, but that was hard though. I'm still in that black act, but she starred though. Cause that's all it takes. Don't flash it for. I'm on my grind, not no more fashion show.